Hi everyone, I'm going to do a quick demonstration on substances and mixtures. So right here, I actually only have two different substances. I have these two are the same and these two are the same, but I'm gonna kind of mess around with them because the thing is different substances have different properties and that's what I want you to see. Now you look at these two different substances and so again, this is one substance, this is another, and they look exactly the same, right? They look exactly the same. Now, if I were to smell this one right here, oh, if you've like taken some rubbing alcohol, if you have rubbing alcohol in your house, you can go ahead and smell that and you can get a sense of exactly what this smells like. It is not rubbing alcohol, but it is similar to rubbing alcohol. And then this one right here, these two don't actually have a smell. But again, they're two clear liquids, but how do we know if they're the same substance or not? And one telling thing is smell. So again, when we're being safe, we want to make sure that we waft, but that's one telling thing is we look at the way that they smell. Another thing that we can do is we can take a look at how they dissolve substances. So different pure substances will dissolve or mix with other substances or other compounds well. So I have two sugar cubes right here. Okay, they're just sugar cubes. You get them in the cooking aisle at the grocery store. So it is just pure sugar. Okay, and I'm going to take those sugar cubes and I'm actually going to do the two that are right next to each other. And I'm going to drop those two sugar cubes in separate containers. And if I look at this one right here, okay, I'm bringing it closer. You can see that sugar cube is not really changing very much. So I'm going to kind of swirl it a little bit and let it set. And then I'm going to take this sugar cube, I'm going to swirl it a little bit. Okay. And you might say, hey, you swirled that a whole lot more. And I probably did, but it is very clear. I mean, you can even see exactly what's happening. How cool is that to be able to look at this from a really up close angle? But you can see that sugar cube is breaking up, okay? That sugar cube is dissolving. So this pure substance right here is going to dissolve sugar. And this pure substance right here is not going to dissolve sugar. So we're going to let those work, okay? And I'm going to bring the other pure substances. And this is something that I don't usually try, so I actually don't even know what's going to happen. But I'm going to take my salt and I'm going to pour some salt in there. And I'm going to take some salt and I'm going to pour some salt in here. So I'm going to see if I notice any kind of difference. So I'm going to look at this substance first. Okay, if I swirl it, do I notice any kind of difference? Okay. That is definitely slowly starting to dissolve. Not sure if you can see that, but that's definitely slowly starting to dissolve. Now, if I take this one and I mix it, it looks like that might be dissolving a little bit, but not dissolving as rapidly as this one is right here. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my sugar cubes and take my sugar cubes. And I'm going to see what will happen to this sugar cube if I now turn it into, so these are both mixtures anyway, because we have sugar and substance A, and we have sugar and substance B right here. But what if I take substance B with my sugar and I mix it in here? Will that change whether or not that sugar cube is dissolving? And I have, this container is way too full. But if you look at that, you can see that slowly you do have, I mean, it is a very slow process, but slowly you definitely have some of that sugar cube is starting to dissolve. So again, very slow process. Now, what were our different substances? Substance A, this is called ethyl alcohol, and substance B is water. So here we notice that water and ethyl alcohol, again, both clear substances, but when we compare the properties, we obviously can show that they're not the same exact pure substance. Both of them are clear. One has a very strong medicinal smell. The other one does not really have a smell. One does not dissolve a sugar cube at all. The other one will dissolve a sugar cube. Okay, so here we have two almost identical cups of water. And what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to make observations and to draw some conclusions based on what you see when I add some food coloring to each of the cups of water. So ready? Go ahead and make some observations. What do you notice? What do you wonder? What do you think is going on? What kind of conclusions can you draw from what you are seeing?